Hello world. We start this chapter with the satisfying smile of Raoul as he watches the vile princess suffer. After all, what did she expect? What good did she do by ending the life of the hero? In the end, all she did was dig her inevitable grave. The king, who had long been aware of Victoria's schemes, persistently spread his seed to his concubines and prepared a secret weapon. Victoria's ambitions were acknowledged, however, that was all. The king did not deem Victoria fit for the throne. The princess is in despair, quite familiarly to how Raoul was when he was first betrayed. It seems this is quite near to the master revenge plan Raoul had cooked up for the princess. But things have yet to be over for the princess. Raoul explains to her why nobody is coming to save her, since she is the treasure of the kingdom of Curse, a one-of-a-kind existence, more beautiful than anyone else. Princess, this is because you are not loved by all your subjects. The princess, while snot is oozing out from her nose, is in utter terror at this idea. Raoul asks her how it feels. How it feels to be betrayed by everyone you trusted. How it feels to lose everything just like that. This is the moment Raoul and all of us have been waiting for. The moment where the princess finally breaks down. She cries with thick liquid all over her face. She still can't believe that everything is over for her. Raoul can't help but laugh. This sight is just too pathetic. Raoul couldn't help but share this enjoyment with the whole world. He uses magic to broadcast the former royalty's face to all the public. In reality, this sight was never really the kind to bring happiness to anyone other than Raoul. The people find it quite revolting. Some even ask how she was ever the kingdom's treasure. Some even call themselves fools for ever listening to her commands. Some even make the claim that they never really liked her to begin with, which isn't hard to believe. Suddenly, laughter is heard. Who could that be? Well, it is none other than Sandra in the flesh, or should I say bloody mess. Anyway, the princess has no one other than Sandra the simp now. Sandra can't move for obvious reasons, so Raoul further intensifies his revenge by giving Sandra enough strength to get up. Sandra creepily approaches the princess. In fear, she screams for help. She screams for someone, anyone, to help her, to protect her. She asks the knights, the Sodders, but they respond by telling her they serve the king and not her, a wench. Helpless, the princess is grabbed onto by Sandra. Although it's quite the enjoyable experience for Sandra to be so intimately enclosed to the princess. It seems quite the opposite for her, the princess I mean. In Sandra's jumbled mess of a mind, if the princess was to forsake her, she would not be able to live, and the princess will now only be left to punishment. So if that is the case, Sandra shall lovingly rescue the princess from her suffering. Again, in Sandra's messed up mind, even if there was betrayal, the princess is the one Sandra loves. The princess laughs. The hero has a curse on the royal capital where nobody can die. Just then, standing over her, Raoul informs the princess that whether Sandra can kill her or not depends on him. He snaps his fingers, signifying that Sandra can end the princess's life. Putting two and two together, the princess realizes her inevitable doom. All she can do now is beg for her life. A blade slowly pierces the woman's stomach. We pan out and see the near-lifeless body of the princess from Sandra's POV. Sandra doesn't want the princess to die before her, so she brings out a dagger from the princess's thigh and uses it on herself. Alas, with her throat slit, she lays on her beloved, the princess, as both their souls go down to hell. This scene is pretty vile, even for the citizens who have at this point seen many gruesome and bloody executions. Clapping is heard as we see Raoul with a gleeful smile. He asks if she enjoyed being on stage, that is, as the protagonist of this play. An unknown amount of time passes and we see Raoul is as happy as ever. We find out it is because he is keeping the princess alive using some sort of magic. We also find out what he is planning on doing to the princess. He has a cross on his back, so I'm assuming crucifixion. We also see the princess, of course, since she looks like the usual vile. Raoul finally reaches the top of what looks like a mountain and he plants the cross on the floor. We see that he tied Princess Victoria to the cross, so I guess this isn't crucifixion then. The princess is begging for Raoul mercy and asking for help. Truly a sorry sight indeed. On the other hand, Raoul finds this sight quite wonderful. He even attempts to name it, calling it the crucified princess in the moonlit night. But wait a minute, what are those? It seems this isn't all that Raoul had in mind for the princess, as we see a bunch of animals at his beck and call. After making the princess immortal, he unleashes the wildlife onto her. Wolves rip her flesh apart, Ravens pluck her eyes and insects infest her body. This is quite the brutal torturing device you got there, Raoul. Here is a full view of what is happening to the princess's upper half. Gruesome. Whilst all of this is happening, Raoul thinks to himself how big his collection has gotten. Even the general is there, you know. But his collection has yet to be completed, and Raoul just knows who is to be added next. We get a mini time skip. About a month or so, we are met with what look like demons. Probably left over from the battle Raoul had with the Demon King a year plus ago. A creepy man asks for the children to strip down. What the fuck? We need the FBI guys. But holy shite, this James Charles looking guy is being accompanied by Raoul and Wendell. This can't be real. Wait, but Raoul kinda looks sad about this. Wendell picks up on this too and asks him what's with that look on his face. The kids will be sold for a lot, so be happy. But James, creepy dude, asks Wendell to cut it out. If Raoul wants to, he could easily kill them all. Wendell says it's fine because Raoul follows a dumb rule called an eye for an eye. He will only harm those who harmed him. At this point, Raoul just walks out. He seems distressed and he might even be crying. What the hell? What happened to Raoul in that 1 month time skip? At the same time all this crap is going on, at an arena in the Kingdom of Curse, we see Raoul. Wait, what? What is Raoul doing here? If my calculations are correct, this is happening at the same time as when Raoul was talking to Wendell. Maybe Raoul has learned Shadow Clone Jutsu or something. Well, whatever, he seems to be having a lot of fun, even despite the fact the way they kill is a little soft. So now I wonder what is gonna happen. After all, there are 2 Raouls with completely different personalities. Is that person even a clone of Raoul? And what is this badass Raoul planning? Well, I guess we'll just have to find out in the next part. Leave a like and subscribe to show support for this series. Comments help too. Also share this channel to your friends as I will be remaking part 1 to 3. Also, would you guys like for captions? Anyway, thanks for watching and have a nice day, y'all.